All right, let's dive into this really harrowing story sent in by a subscriber named Avinash. It's a story about friendship and pure terror, but it's also about a secret he held on to for 2 whole years. Right from the start, Avinash gives us this warning. It sets the stage. This isn't just some campfire ghost story. This is something deeply personal, something so heavy he couldn't even tell the parents of his own best friend what truly happened. So let's set the scene. It's 2023, and we're in Odisha during the massive Rath Yatra festival. I mean, you've got millions of people celebrating, and in that massive crowd, you have four close friends just trying to have a good time. And here they are, the four people at the heart of all this. You've got our narrator, Avinash, then there's his buddy Prakhar, Prakhar's girlfriend Ritu, and their other close friend, Dharam. They're just local kids, soaking up the festival with absolutely no idea how this one night is about to spiral out of control. It always starts with something so simple, doesn't it? A late-night decision. Prakhar gets hungry, so he and Dharam head off to find some food. Avinash offers to drop Ritu home, and the plan is to just meet back up in a little bit. It's this one moment, this one choice to split up, that ends up being the hinge on which this whole nightmare swings open. So, this brings us to the next chapter of the story. We're with Avinash now, riding solo. He's just dropped Ritu off, he's heading back to the meeting spot, and it's on this ride, on this one particular stretch of road, that a normal night veers hard into absolute terror. And the atmosphere here is just unsettling from the get-go. Imagine it. You're riding alone, super late at night, on this isolated road. On one side, you have a thick, dark forest. On the other, a cemetery. I mean, it's the kind of place that's already known for being creepy after dark. And then, things just start happening one right after another. Bam, bam, bam. It's around 5:15 in the morning. His motorcycle just cuts out. Dead. Then the air gets intensely, unnaturally cold. He looks over, and suddenly there's a woman in a white sari just sitting on a bench. And then she gets up and starts walking directly toward the banyan tree where he's supposed to meet his friend. And this is the moment that completely breaks reality. As he's standing there, frozen, he notices something that's just impossible. The streetlight is flickering, and he can see the shadow of the bench on the ground. But when he looks down at himself and his motorcycle, there's nothing. No shadow. It's like the light is passing right through them. So, understandably, he's completely panicked. He ditches the bike and just runs toward the meeting spot. He's desperate to get to his friend, to warn him. But the person he finds waiting under that banyan tree is not the Prakhar he knows. Not anymore. When he finally gets to Prakhar, the change is just horrifying. I mean, look at this. His voice is totally different. It's soft, almost feminine. His eyes are glowing red, but the creepiest part, as they start to walk, Prakhar makes no sound, not a single footstep, just this dead, unnatural silence. Avinash finally confronts him, asks what's going on, and the thing wearing his friend's face says this. Imagine hearing that. It's coming from Prakhar's mouth, but it's not Prakhar's voice. And right after saying it, Avinash says it let out this horrible, terrifying laugh. In that instant, the thing that looks like Prakhar just bolts, sprinting straight for the Madhubun Road crematorium. Avinash, terrified out of his mind, but not willing to just leave his friend, takes off after him, chasing him right into the darkness of the burial grounds. Hiding in the shadows, Avinash sees something no one should ever have to see. He watches as the thing that looks like his best friend pulls a body out of its grave and starts desecrating it. The shock of it all was so intense that Avinash said his nose and throat just started bleeding on their own. Right before he turned, ran back into the road and was hit by a car, knocking him out cold. So Avinash wakes up in a hospital a few days later. Eventually, he finds out that Prakhar was found, that he's alive. But it becomes very clear, very quickly, that he didn't come home alone. Yeah, Prakhar is found about a week later unconscious in a drain. But whatever was with him that night is still there. Back home, his behavior gets completely erratic and then dangerous. He gets violent, he attacks Ritu, he even tries to hurt himself. His family, completely out of options, makes the decision that will change everything. They call a tantric. Now, this is a really interesting detail. The tantric comes in and gives a very specific diagnosis. He says Prakhar is possessed by a Brahma Rakshasa, or a Brahma demon. And this isn't just any old ghost. This is supposed to be the spirit of a highly intelligent, learned man, which makes it incredibly powerful and incredibly dangerous. And the tantric's proposed solution is it's horrifying. He basically says that to get rid of a demon this strong, you need a powerful ritual. And that ritual comes with a terrible price: the sacrifice of the person or thing that Prakhar loves more than anything else in the world. What happens next is a flat-out betrayal. Ritu is tricked into coming over to the house. They tell her it's for a healing prayer, a puja. They have her sit inside a ritual circle, and as the ritual starts, she just collapses and dies. Her spirit is then sacrificed, literally forced into Prakhar's body to try and fight the demon from the inside. But here's the thing, that dark ritual, it wasn't a cure. Not at all. Instead of saving Prakhar, all it did was twist this whole tragedy into its final, devastating form and set the stage for even more death. A few days go by and Avinash gets a conference call. It's Prakhar. But his voice, Avinash says it sounded like a terrifying chorus of multiple people speaking at once. And he gives this bone-chilling warning. Ritu's spirit, now being called Riya, didn't defeat the demon. She joined it, and now, together, they're going to kill everyone. And that horrific prophecy comes true almost immediately. Right after making that phone call, Prakhar goes to the roof of his family's home and jumps. He dies on impact. And that same day, his sister is heard screaming from the bathroom, where they later find her dead. So the final count is just staggering. It's heartbreaking. 3 young lives all lost in the fallout from that one night. Ritu, sacrificed in that awful ritual. Prakhar, completely lost to the entities inside of him. And his sister, an innocent victim caught in the crossfire. And here it is, the final sickening twist in this whole story. Another priest was brought in later, and he revealed the tantric's ultimate betrayal. He wasn't trying to save Prakhar. He realized the Brahma demon was too powerful, that it was about to kill him. So he made a deal with it. He would sacrifice Ritu's life to the entity in exchange for his own. The whole cure was just him saving his own skin. And that just leaves us with this haunting question, doesn't it? What was the real catalyst for all this death? Was it the supernatural entity they encountered on that road? Or was it the very human fear, desperation, and deceit that came after, turning one horrifying night into a whole chain of loss? It's just a chilling reminder of the terrible price that can be paid when we meddle with forces we can't possibly understand.